This is absolutely awesome. I'm here with Coach Terry Thayer from TAB, and we are in this beautiful setting, as you guys have seen from our video, down in Cancun, Mexico, technically Playa del Carmen. The cool thing about it is, I've got my swimsuit on, I'm ready to get in the pool, he's ready to go hit the spa.
In my swimsuit.
His swimsuit, that's right, that's right. So we are looking forward to the end of a crazy, busy, exciting time for us at TAB Retreat. And I wanted to get some time with Terry, so he's graciously extended that. Thank you very much, I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. I know you're busy, I know you just came off of a crazy busy week. Doing a retreat like this is a big deal. I know how much work goes into it. So why would you do this?
So in the last couple of years, like as soon as we get close to it, we're like, I swear I'm never doing this again. This is like torture and pain to go through all this. But then you get here and you just see like the transformation and what it does to people and just what, you can't stop it. Like I said last night in my speech, it's like, I can honestly see, well, two things. Like one is that there's not a single corner of the country I can go in where I don't have a best friend, like a very good friend, because of this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say the same thing. The other thing is, I have thoughts of like being, I don't know, 20, 30 years from now and running into someone like yourself and you're saying, you know what, I do business with this person, I'm hanging out with this person, and you know, all this because of TAB 20, 30 years later. Like I can see all that happening with the connections. So just watching how people change throughout the week and go from, you know, everyone's just kind of like, you know, checking each other out, and then by the last day, they're absolutely best friends. So I mean, it's like really cool to watch all that happen, and people come up to us and just finally are constantly saying how much this impacted their life, how much it's impacted their business, the relationships that they connect, people that they connected with, the relationships that they made, and you can't just stop that.
Yeah.
You can't pull the plug on that. Like it's about the people and what the people get out of this. And you know, this whole thing started with me having an idea right here, well not here, but up the road in Cancun, where I'm sitting at the pool and had that picture that I showed, and I'm just leaning out of the pool. My wife's in the cabana right in front of me, and I said, you know, what would it look like if we could get, you know, 50, 60 people? That was the whole thing. 50, 60 people from all over the country, real estate investors.
Yeah.
Like, what would it be like to do that? And just, it was a lot for my own selfish reasons. I wanted to network with cool people in a cool place. And so we did that, and it just evolved and turned into what it is today.
Well, so TAB stands for the absolute best. What makes this mastermind or this retreat, I'm not sure which one you guys would technically refer to it, what makes this one different than any other one because you've been to quite a few in your life, in your business.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear.
I'd
love to hear, because I know my perspective. I mean, my perspective is the 80-20 rule, right? When you go to a typical event, it's you're 80% in what I call the classroom.
Yes.
And 20% networking. But that 20% of networking is very ineffective in a lot of cases, because you've been in the classroom for 10, 12 hours a day, you're just exhausted.
You're wiped.
Yeah, and so when people break out of that room, it's hard to even connect with certain people. And it's not like you're sitting there watching speakers and you're chatting, you know, connecting with the person next to you. I mean, maybe a little bit, but just, it's you know, it's not that connection thing. And so when I was going to a lot of these events, I always saw the benefit being in the people, being in that I would connect with people and network with people, and relationships and business partnerships would form. And so that's what, bless you.
Excuse me.
And that's what made me think, what if we put this whole thing together and we flipped it? And we make this 20% in a classroom, 80% out there networking with everybody in a cool environment. I mean, I'm sure that you said you've been taking a lot of videos. I mean, people just hanging out, 100 people hanging out in the pool, swim up bar, and there's just like connections, you know? So that's what makes it different for me. There's a lot of free time. The other thing, it's a week long. It's in another country. It's in a beautiful Caribbean oasis and an all-inclusive resort. So the whole idea of it is you come to this all-inclusive resort with this beautiful view.
It's gorgeous.
And where you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Like literally, you come out from your hotel, your room. You come down, connect with people. We have just those 4 hours out of the four of the 7 days where we're in the classroom. We put different things in place like breakout sessions, like the speaker lunches. It's an option.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that we can put in front of you to do. And if you don't want to do that, everybody else goes in the network and hangs out. And then the other cool thing is that we're in a resort that gives resort credits to use at places like the spa or use on excursions.
Right.
So we're trying to just...
I got a mani-pedi, see?
Yeah, we're trying to make it so it's like there's no worry of the entire environment. Like you're picked up at the airport, you're brought back to the airport by the resort. You know, it's just...
Which was huge. I was traveling by myself.
Yeah.
So that was huge to know at the end of the day, I didn't have to worry about trying to figure out transportation. I'm in a new country. I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've never traveled internationally without my husband. So for me, that was a huge safety factor that really stepped up the level that I went, wow, they really thought through this.
Yeah.
And as a mom, not having to do dishes and think about meal prep and all that kind of stuff, that was a relief. It was nice to not have to think about that. Am I really hungry? Do I want to go eat?
Or have to think about, do I need my wallet to go pay for stuff?
Yes.
Like literally, you put that stuff in the safe and you forget about it for all week.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was the idea of the whole thing, and it just evolved into, add this idea in there, and every single year we do the surveys. So we do the surveys every single year at the end of the event to get feedback, so that we can figure out what went well and what went wrong.
Yes.
And getting the feedback from the people, and then we make changes. And I think after doing this the 4th time, I feel like we nailed it. Like, from my point of view,
Sure.
We really nailed it on every aspect, every angle. There was like the first one we did, it was like, this was good, but this was bad. Second one, and this I haven't heard. The only thing I've heard were people that had been to the first couple at a bigger resort, that there wasn't enough restaurant options.
Oh, right.
That's the only negative feedback I've heard of this particular one, but it's pretty cool to see what happened this week.
Yeah. Well, and it's absolutely amazing. And the funny thing is that you mentioned that when you have nothing to compare it to, it's all just awesome and amazing for someone like me. I mean, it was just like, what are you talking about? This is great. I mean, we were able to, but some people didn't realize that this particular area was a Caribbean restaurant. Yeah. They just thought it was extra seating.
Right.
Other people didn't realize that the Mayan restaurant was, out there. And so signage definitely was, for those of us. Some people are more willing to ask. Yeah. Obviously, I'm one of those. I ask questions. I won the question award. But it's understanding that you guys have thought this through. So, okay, they've probably figured out some way to do this, and I just need to ask, right? And so that's what was so amazing. Honestly, everybody I talked to who had been before said by far this was the best.
Yeah.
They all agreed, hands down, this was the absolute best. And all of those people agreed that they would definitely be back again.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. And then there was rumor of maybe you're not sure if you're going to do another one. And I said, it's just because he's just coming off of this one. Give him a week. He'll be back at it.
Yeah. So, we'll go back and untangle some things and just regroup in the next couple of months and figure out what we're doing next.
Yeah.
Because it definitely can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and honestly, I do agree wholeheartedly, because I came only having the filter of this is what a conference is, right?
Yeah.
So I brought my conference clothes, I brought my gang, I brought all this, and then when you can just relax and you're networking at a different level. I have some meetup groups that's all that they do is just networking. They don't do anything else. They just sit and talk, And the nice thing about that is it allows us to be vulnerable with one another, and you're in a kind of a safe environment because there wasn't a scarcity mindset here at all. Yeah. Everybody was willing to share whatever they're doing great at. Here, let me help you. I'm doing this. What are you doing? I want to learn from that,
Yeah.
And it was absolutely amazing the big things, the big takeaways that for us are just going to explode really our business as far as that goes and take it to that next level. So that part is definitely exciting, and we will definitely be looking forward to see if there'll be a Tab 5.0. And for me, it was a personal pleasure to be able to meet you in person. Terry had been my coach in the past, and I'd only talked to him on the phone, never met him, so to be able to meet him, his beautiful wife, see his kids, that was a treat for me, because you get to see the flip side of that. Yeah. And so that's always exciting. And Bob obviously was a coach of mine as well, but he's a single, so you know, it was fun to meet his dad, and so that was always fun. But to get to see a little bit more of the whole person. Yeah. Instead of just, I'm a coach, I'm here to do this, you know, you see that whole person.
I know, it is cool, like when you connect that way or on social media and you've known each other indirectly for a couple of years, and then you get to meet the person, and it's just like, it's totally different.
It is.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. Well, and even more so, like you said, recognizing some of the relationships that we've met here this week and where we'll go in the future down the road, whether we're doing business together or we're just staying connected.
Right. And helping each other out.
Yeah.
Like holding each other accountable.
Yeah. I've looked for accountability partners everywhere we've gone, and people say they will, but they just don't. Right. And so I'm looking forward to, you know, Melanie, you're on my hit list, and connecting, because again, accountability is crucial. Yeah. And everybody needs it, but the other person has to be held accountable just the same. And so we want it to be that give and take. And so it's like, okay, we need some work. I know some people, you know, so we'll see, you know, but people got to make time for that and invest in others. And this group definitely was willing to invest in others. And that was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Another cool thing is the sponsors that we're bringing here. You know, people that we're using in our business and that help excel our business, help save us money in different services, whatever it is. I mean, these people that we're using. So we're like, let's bring it to them, and you know, give that same opportunity to other people that we've really gone through over the years and vetted out and found the absolute best people for each area. And that's absolutely true, because there wasn't like a ton of sponsors. It wasn't like there was 25, but there was enough sponsors, and they all brought real value. It wasn't like, you know, 25 lenders and 25 this, and each one of them was unique in what, it wasn't like this is just an insurance guy. No, the insurance guy is not just as a person is a cool individual, but as a business, they offer stuff that most other insurance people don't. Exactly. And so that's huge. And the same thing with Tom Love and was it Lima Capital? Yeah, Lima One and J.D. Frost and Company.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and normally, I mean, obviously I've heard of Lima One. We do stuff with them, but I've never heard of J.D. Frost. Right. I would not have known. Exactly. Right. And same thing with Tom Love. And it's, so that's outstanding. So for us, that's the sponsors were definitely amazing. That was good.
Yeah, I feel like we had a really good group this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we will definitely look forward to it again. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you doing this and taking the time before your spa treatment. Hold on, are you doing a mani-pedi?
I'm going to do a pedi, and I have a four-handed massage.
Whoa, wait. How do you have four hands? You have four people?
No, two people, four hands. So I was actually right here walking into the buffet right there, getting ready to walk up the stairs. I can't remember who it was, Misty maybe? Okay. And she's like, you wouldn't believe what I just did. I'm like, what? She goes, I had a four-handed massage. And I was like,
I've never even heard of that.
Me either. And she called it something, and I probably just looked at the menu and saw it, and then, you know, I had I like deep tissue, aromatherapy, and then it was like something I just skipped right over. So it was this one thing on the menu so I text my Diamond concierge, and I'm like, can you get me for Saturday morning on that four-handed instead of deep tissue? So we'll see. I'll see what it's all about here soon.
Nice. That'll be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I know, and I'm looking forward. I'm going to go hit the steam room, get this sinus stuff going away so I can enjoy the rest of the pool while I wait. And we'll definitely look forward to see all the exciting things that are going on in your business and in our business and this whole next year.
Yeah, let's stay in touch. And you know, anybody that's looking to come to this event or looking to learn more about it, it's really hard to explain. So me as one of the co-owners, co-founders of this event, like, we know how to talk about it and tell about it. But honestly, the way that this has grown is not by me approaching people. It's we got our initial networking, then they told people.
Yep.
So reach out and talk to her, and she can tell you, and she has.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, by all means, and hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you guys again at the expo. And if nothing else, we'll definitely
let's stay in touch about
We'll
that.
be definitely trying to let others know from the Pacific Northwest. There was only 2 of us. Matt, what's up?
That's right. And Matt's like a 3-timer, I think.
Oh, is he?
Well, 3-timer, and then he did one of our little smaller masterminds as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So only 2 of us from the Pacific Northwest. We need to get that number up. We need to beat these Easties out any day of the week. And Cookie was here down from California, so that was awesome. And Brindy and Kyle from Utah. But that was it. That was the whole West representation. So we definitely need to get that number up.
There was a few other ones in California and over there in the West. But yeah, it definitely is dominant in the East.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we need to show up next time and have a great time at it. So we'll look forward to that. Thank you so much, Terry. I so appreciate this. And we'll look forward to seeing what happens next time.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. We will talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, Terry.